Chad Gable goes down yesterday, and Otis has become chivalrous again. He's very good at carrying women away from the ring.
Yes, he is. Mandy from Mandy to Maxie.
Man, he's a ladies guy.
From Mandy to Maxine. Sir.
Good for him. Good for him.
And let's keep in mind where Otis started from. Otis was literally, because I can say it because I was, because everybody knows that NJ Holiday is a worker, and I'm part of one of the illustrious pro wrestling factions in the independent scene right now, Culture Inc. So, story with Otis, because Culture Inc. was formed where? In Orlando, Florida, 2018. As we're getting our feet wet in the wrestling business in the independent scene, we was helping out with some local shows that NXT were doing, not at the Performance Center, but at other little towns, other little cities that are in Florida. And I remember going to one in St. Augustine, Florida, a little bit outside of, I want to say, Palm Springs or Palm Bay. But yeah, as we're helping with the NXT staff and crew, Otis is there, and he's just a traditional bodyguard, a traditional security guard working the front, letting the people in, and stuff like that, and joking around and chastising and kidding around with some of the wrestling fans coming into this local NXT show. They guys like people like Ricochet. You had Adam Cole. You had Drew McIntyre making his return to the WWE, and this is when he was with the NXT and Bobby Roode. So yeah, Otis is dope. He was joking around. He was actually doing the worm with another fan outside of the venue. This was like an armory, and he was actually just messing around with the fan doing the worm. To the point where, like I said, we had a whole crowd around us, and they all recorded it. And then Tucker Knight, who was his tag team partner at the time, he was another guard, another security person. They literally just taking tickets at the door, taking ticket stubs. But Otis has such a charisma and a relation with the fans as far as like entertaining them, just being a security guard to where the WWE brass that was actually there, they saw that. And then I remember later on, they were talking to Otis for like a long time, like maybe 45, 50 minutes. And then next thing you know, because a friend of mine, Jason Cade, he was working there too. And now he's off wrestling as well. But like 3 weeks later, and then all of a sudden you see Otis in a tryout class with a whole bunch of the other independent guys in Orlando, Florida in 2017. And then he got a contract. So it's just little stuff like that because he was just a body guy. He wasn't a wrestling guy, but little stuff like that. He took the little gig that WWE gave him, which was like taking tickets at the door, being a security person, looking out for the NXT talent. And then his charisma oozed out with the fans, just with that little altercation, that little interaction. And then he ended up getting a tryout based off his charisma. And then obviously he was also built for it. So sky's the limit. You just surprised. So shout out to Otis. And then all of a sudden now he's in Scotland carrying all these different beautiful ladies all over the place from Mandy to Maxine. It's amazing.
Wow, that's an incredible story. Very cool. This is why I have NJ Holiday on the show. He knows what he's talking about.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Odie.
Yeah, there you go. Well, of course, Sami Zayn beats Chad Gable, who, by the way, has officially re-signed with WWE. Not a surprise there, but yeah, Otis and Maxine are probably out of the orbit of the Alpha Academy.
Well, it is a bit of surprise, Mark. Let's keep it honest.
Oh,
yeah? Let's keep in mind about look at the journey now. Let's keep in mind if Vince was still in power, we'd be calling this man what? Shorty G. Probably still coming out in these little basketball shorts and this singlet. Like, yeah, I wouldn't.
You had to remind us of that.
Yes, I did, because you said it's no surprise, no big deal, but it's a huge deal. Shout out to Chad Gable and his family for re-signing a nice, lucrative, long-term deal with the WWE. And I took the time to see that interview that he did with some of the guys over there at WWE, another content creating wrestling format that goes by WWE Gorilla Position. Shout out to you guys. They had a nice exclusive interview with Chad Gable the morning of or the weekend of, where Chad actually took the time to say that he was happy that he resigned with WWE, made the announcement, and a huge component of him resigning with WWE was because of Triple H.
Yep.
Paul Levesque, and this era that Paul Levesque has ushered in here at WWE, that he is very kin of and he's very happy of. And one thing that Chad said that stuck out that made him want to resign is that Triple H kept his word and kept his promise that he made it, Chad, as far as where his career was going, how he would be showcased on TV, and the matches that he would be headlining in over the last year. So shout out to Paul Levesque, shout out to Triple H, for like Chad Gable keeping his word as a man, keeping his promise to Chad Gable, which was a huge component in Chad re-signing with the WWE. So that is huge, ladies and gentlemen, with this new era that we're going into, that the talent is saying these nice, kind things of the new legit owner, the new legit head of all of WWE, the chief operating officer, Paul Levesque.
Yeah, no doubt. And you know, it's funny because I had interviewed Chad at WrestleMania 39, and you know, I had brought up about the fact that, you know, maybe it's time for him to start wrestling some singles matches, and have brought up the possibility of wrestling people like Gunther and so on. It's hilarious. I mean, I didn't think I was completely foretelling the future, but
Oh yeah,
know,
that's exactly what you did.
but I guess I did.
5-star matches with Gunther, 5-star matches with Sami Zayn, 5-star matches with Bronson Reed, 5-star matches with all these other heavyweights, and he's a cruiserweight, so to speak. But Alpha Academy was what he needed. As you can see in the pro wrestling business, a beautiful thing. Everybody gets their starts in what? A pro wrestling faction. And those pro wrestling factions get what? A lot of immersed TV time, a lot of immersed storytelling, a lot of immersed segments, a lot of immersed layers. And with Chad Gable, he was able to create his own Alpha Academy, his own faction, to where it started with Otis and it grew with Maxine and it grew with Tozawa. And that is sort of keeping him in the limelight of Monday Night Raw as a main factor for Monday Night Raw programming when it came to the Judgment Day, when it came to Alpha Academy, when it came to the Bloodline, when it came to Imperium. So one thing that everybody wants to strive for and they need to strive for is they need to be involved in a pro wrestling faction in some way, shape, or form, because it's not going to guarantee you, but it will give you a nice leg up, a nice startup to having one hell of an essential, memorable WWE career, as you can see right now with Chad Gable.
There you go. Well, let's step back, take a break here, NJ. And when we come back, we're going to keep rolling on Clash at the Castle, because obviously some other things happened there as well. CM Punk, he was a bad boy last night. He made the Scottish people very, very angry. Look at NJ in there.
CM Punk.
See him,
CM
there
Punk.
he goes.
CM Punk.
Oh my
CM
God!
Punk.
All you CM Punk apologists, unbelievable. Stick around, everybody. We got a whole lot more on the Mark Hoke Show, and of course, Matt Black from WrestleZone joining us in hour 2. We'll be right back.